Stocks crash and the coronavirus. Fear takes over society. Well, normally on this channel, I really don't get into day to day topics because tomorrow, a topic that is hot today will be cold tomorrow. So if the stock market is down big today, it could be up big tomorrow. If today people fear a virus, tomorrow it could be a thing of the past. And it will be eventually all things, okay? Because if you always have to step back and look at society, look at where we're at in 2020, look at where we were in 1950, just 70 years ago, okay? Society was at a totally different place, okay? And then you look back 200 years ago, you look back thousands of years ago. Things change, economies change, countries change. Some fears have some valid roots, but it's just basically human emotion. You know, even in biblical times, there was a whole chapter in the Bible about worry and fear, because worry and fear is a human emotion. And humans, different than robots, have emotion, and they're mainly emotional, not mathematical. The downside is, in the technology era, a lot of computers run the world, stock market included, and they're mathematical, not emotional, not comprehensive in how they evaluate life. So if an algorithm starts to see a bunch of different mathematical formulas change, they change without understanding perspective. You know, like I say, life is not an exact science. You're never going to be able to program an algorithm to figure out life, because life is not a mathematical formula. There's no amount of data you can collect and form an accurate decision 100% of the time. Impossible. Okay. You would be God. There's no algorithm that's going to be God. Not going to happen. But I want to address today the stock market crash, the coronavirus, and mainly in a broader aspect, fear, emotion, and how to handle it. Because on this channel, what I basically do is talk about how to live your best life in general speaking terms, with the understanding you as an individual have to figure out your own life and the details within it. I can only share general principles based on my own perspective. So one is, when it comes to the stock market, what is the stock market? It's only one measure of the economy, okay? And most middle class and lower class people, which makes up the vast majority of human population, you know, really only about 20% of society actively own stocks, and also throughout the world, okay? You have to remember, most of the population, not just in America, but definitely in the world, and America is the richest country supposedly, most Americans still live in paycheck to paycheck, still have less than $5,000 in savings and have debt. Okay, so whether the stock market goes up or down, you can't become callous. And if you do have something in the game, or if you're day trading or whatever, the regular person feels the pain of the stock market with regards to if their company and the corporation they're working for goes through a down spout in the stock market. They will freeze salaries and lay off, which I've been through. Because the stock market, this is what the stock market is, okay? It's a casino a little bit, but this is what it technically is. The stock market is a system in which investors, whether they're personal people or investing firms, put money into a company. Example, they buy Delta Airlines. So they give money for a stock certificate. Okay, I'm going to buy 100 stocks in Delta Airlines. They're giving that company money so that they can invest that money in their business model and then pay back that money through appreciation in their stock price or a dividend. Okay, and that allows society to grow versus the barter system, or versus the gold standard, where if everyone just operated off the amount of money they personally had, you wouldn't have the amount of growth that we have. Savat, thank you on the super chat, brother. Savat just bought $5 worth of stock in my YouTube channel. Good evening, Sam. I'm waiting to buy some gold stocks. Not yet, though. I've never bought gold stocks. I do believe if you're going to buy gold, it is my opinion, that you'd be better off buying the stock symbol versus physical gold. Why? Because physical gold you're buying at a wholesale price, and physical gold is hard to liquidate. Have you ever gone to a pawn shop? You get pennies on the dollar for what you paid for physical gold. If you buy an index, a stock index of gold, now it can go up or it can go down like the stock market. I don't know. I've lost more money in investments than I've made. So I'm not going to be disingenuous and act like some superhero. I give everyone the personal freedom to do what they want. My general advice for everyone, if it's a stock market crash or if it's a stock market boom, because guys, we're 3 weeks away or 4 weeks away from being at an all-time high. And we could go right back there in 4 weeks, okay, and go past there. The stock market is part of life. Okay, but most people, the vast majority of human population are not actively engaged in the stock market. They'll feel the pain of if a company lays them off, but they don't get the benefits if a company skyrockets to all-time high. And that's where the underlying problem of a recession would hit if governments, American and governments throughout the world, do not address the fact that statistically the middle class is shrinking, the wealth gap is getting bigger, okay? And we get paralyzed in this political debate about we don't want to help the middle class or the working class. They look at the most destitute of society, the people who don't work, who have drug problems, mental problems, say, why should we help them? However, you should help the vast majority of people who are just regular people trying to work, okay? Because we've helped oil companies, and they tank today. We've helped corporations. We've helped many things we subsidize. You have to remember that we're $22 trillion in debt as a country, okay? Meaning that we've given money to corporations, to investments, and we're in debt, okay? And where has it gone? It hasn't gone to the regular people because statistically, the middle class is shrinking, the wealth gap is growing, and we aren't like previous generations. There's a lot of previous generations who were union workers, who have pensions, annuities. They're conservatives now. They just want their Social Security before they die, and then they're going to leave it to the millennials to figure out. They don't care, okay? But they grew up, okay, in a more socialist society than we're growing up in today, okay? Because I don't know about you guys, but most jobs hiring now, no pensions, no annuities, and you're not working for the same company for 30, 40 years. The average time you're working with the same company is 4.5 years. Okay. And so, guys, guess what? The government's going to have to step up and give either a guaranteed job for those willing to work or those who are working, UBI, okay, a subsidy, just like oil companies get it, okay, just like the corporations got it in 2006 when capitalism failed, just like they got it in 1929 when capitalism failed. The stock market is good. Capitalism is good. It creates innovation, okay, it allows growth. But what it also does is put an unfair measure of the health of society. We measure the health of society at GDP and the Dow Jones Index rather than the well-being of the masses, you know, physically, mostly, financially, in every way. Those willing to work should be rewarded. And for those who can't take care of themselves, look, obviously programs. But the stock market is that. Look, you put money into a company, they invest it for you. You trust them to either repay you with a stock appreciation or a dividend. However, that stock can tank. It's a risk. Life is risky. Okay. And life crashes. Okay. You go through your ups and downs. Should you invest in the stock market? I don't tell people to do that or not. I tell people work to create an income, put a year's worth of expenses in a savings account, get a budget, pay down your debt, and then you decide what you want to do with your life. But like I always tell you, the person in charge of the country now, I grew up in New Jersey. Every Donald Trump Atlantic City casino went bankrupt, okay? And demolished and bought out by someone else. Now he's running the country, okay? So the bottom line is, it's like if you're expecting a president to figure it out, you're misled. Just like I tell you, Ben Carson, who is the leader of public housing, tried to kill his mother with a sledgehammer and was a surgeon. How is he supposed to figure out housing? So a lot of the leaders in society, Mike Pence, who's in charge of the coronavirus, he doesn't believe in science to a big extent. He's very much a religious fanatic. So now I do agree with Trump and some of the political leaders where the coronavirus statistically is not impacting the amount of people that we're nervous about. Now, could it? Anything can happen. Okay. So, but more people die, 3,000 people or so die per day in a car accident. On average, the riskiest thing you do, the most dangerous, the most thing you should be concerned about every day is getting in your car and driving. Okay. And I do agree with you, Savat, that inflation is already here. Whether it's a Starbucks, healthcare, or anything else, inflation has been here. Gerald, $2 super chat, bought stock. Don't go to Starbucks, Sammy. You'll get sick, buddy. Well, they got, look, in Starbucks, thank you, Gerald. In Starbucks, they have the signs now. They will not do a refill on the same cup. They have to give you a new cup. In Planet Fitness now, they have signs saying, look, wipe down your machines. We don't want to spread diseases. So I do see physical evidence in society that people are being more conscious of it, which is a good thing. But I still worry more when I drive my car than when someone coughs, even though I never like when someone coughs. But what I tell you this is, once something becomes psychological, whether it's the stock market or sickness, like, you could get a chest pain and you can Google it and you can work yourself so much up psychologically that all of a sudden, I've been there, and you think now you have a massive heart attack, but maybe you just have a pinched nerve. But once society gets psychological, then things get out of control. However, if you leave it up to the computers mathematically to figure out life, you'll never think abstract. You'll never think that if the stock market's up and the middle class is shrinking, which we don't, and the wealth gap is growing, are we really going forward as a country if the stock market keeps going up? If we lower the interest rate, if we print more money, and that's what inflation comes from, if we just in doing that, does that correct the problem, or does that what we're doing is just we're keep making the problem bigger and bigger until that's where a big crash almost needs to take place, when then you address it, like in 1929 when capitalism failed and we had the Great Recession or the Great Depression. That's when we instituted Medicare and Social Security. Okay, so sometimes a crash allows not a correction in the stock market, but a correction in society if it gets deep enough. That's the dynamic. Like, I don't want to crash. I don't want anarchy. The government and the powers to be will pull out every stop, even a guaranteed job, tax cuts, or even UBI, before they would see the system collapse. Because no one wants to see the system collapse totally unless you really have psychological problems and you like anarchy. So this is another example, though, for all my freewheeling people out there that say free market conservative. Government stepping in right now. You should be hollering at the government, don't lower the interest rate. Don't give tax, because you're asking the government to get involved in a free market. You should let this. Why today, when the stock market got below 7% down in the first 5 minutes, they had a circuit breaker that tripped and waits another 15 minutes until it reopens. Why? That's not the free market. That's regulation. So if you're a free market person, don't let the stock market have a circuit breaker. Let it go all the way down. But see, we like to pick and choose what we want to regulate and how we want to regulate it based on what we're winning at. Okay. We're all losers. Okay. Now, I hate the fact that we're all connected. I've said that. But look, we're connected to China. We're connected to Russia. If Saudi Arabia and Russia have an oil war, it affects us. Okay. A lot of people will get laid off in Texas. Now, we don't care if we're paying less at the pump, but someone who's working in the oil business, they care. Okay. So it's all relative to the pain you personally feel in your life. It's always going to be like that. Compassion is seeing someone else's pain and sympathizing and trying to say, look, we have to remember that too. See, we wanted nationalism. We wanted America first. We don't care about anybody else. Okay. So then we got a disease that started in China. We got an oil war that started with Russia and Saudi Arabia. We're involved in all that. We're all connected as humanity. So everyone who has their American flag out, hey guys, put it over your mouth, because now you got the coronavirus. Use your American flag as your coronavirus thing. And don't go on a cruise. Why are you going on a cruise? Why are you taking an airplane? You shouldn't be traveling. You should only be in America. Guys, human society is interconnected. Okay. And fear, and see, but when things really go negative, that's when we realize that We all need each other a little bit. And I hate it too because I'm a loner. Okay. I don't like people as far as like being too connected. I understand that. I like humanity because I'm part of humanity. But I like a lot of time by myself. What are we talking about? We're talking about a snapshot in time. Tomorrow, the fears may be gone, the stock market may be up, and a year from now, this video probably won't even make sense. However, if you look beyond what I'm saying and you look at the fundamental parts of the economy, of human society, of the track record of where we're at in time period and how far we have come and how in a great position we are to make good changes, we should be encouraged. We should realize that we have it better than most other people born in any other time in the world. However, there's some things we have to correct and improve and change the mindset. Okay? Because is it fear or fake news? Well, if Donald Trump says the stock market crashing is because of fake news, why doesn't he say when it goes up it's because of fake news? Because he's disingenuous. Just like when Obama tripled the stock market and it didn't go down like it went down now. He never said like, oh, Obama's doing a great job. So guess what, guys? Donald Trump knows bankruptcy. He knows crashes because he has actual factual experience doing it. I like some of the things he's doing, but this is what I'm telling you, is that you have an unfair, unaccountable person leading the country who has a history of bankruptcy, who his right-hand man has a history of not agreeing with science, and who's in charge of the coronavirus. Is this a political thing? Not necessarily, because I think this would have happened under anyone. Okay? However, I gotta call out bullshit when I see bullshit. Okay? So I don't think Joe Biden's much better. So, but I think Andrew Yang had a little bit of an idea. Now, I know some of the lazy, apathetic people say, yeah, Andrew Yang, free money, free money. I'm not all for that either. But what I am for is some serious reform. What I am for is taking a step back away from the fear, okay, and saying, look, we're still doing overall good as society, but look, there's a lot of people that when the stock market's up, they don't care. They get left behind. They get excited when it goes down because they say, look, don't forget about me, okay? And somehow, some way, us as humanity, and I think through a connected share, if the stock market goes up, everyone in society gets a dividend, just like in Alaska, okay, where they get the petroleum dividend, okay? And when it goes down, you're already affected because you'll get laid off, your accounts will get, your raises will get frozen. I've been through that in 2006. So if we get to feel all the negative, but we don't get to feel all the positive, that's unfair, okay? Now, is life fair? No, okay? Is capitalism fair? No. Has capitalism collapsed twice? Yes. If it wasn't for government intervention in 1929 and 2006, we wouldn't be on YouTube right now, which is a corporation who was a publicly traded company. So it has some good, okay? Through the stock market, you have Google. You can watch free porn. That's a positive, guys. And you can also research a lot of medical stuff. And you can find out what the coronavirus is. How many people has it killed? Not as many people as it feels like. Okay. So it's really a little bit emotional more than mathematical. Those are my thoughts. You know, I think, you know, I don't know what the stock market will do. I do know that society will go forward one way or another, okay, because history shows that. And if it doesn't, or if it goes down, it just correct itself as far as like there'll be reform. In one sense, you want that reform. In another sense, you don't want that much pain because reform takes a long time and it's messy. And that's why most leaders don't really want reform. They just kick the can down the road and let someone else hold the bag. So it's a very thin balance in life. It's a thin needle to thread in making life better without disrupting the process of the machine of life. Okay. And you're going to experience that in your own way. So what can you do? And then we're going to go all live comments. What you can do is always just simplify your life. I'm not saying live in your car. I'm saying simplify your life. Okay? Live below your means, work, have good relationships, take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and realize that a lot of these things are outside of our control. You can't control the virus. You can't control the stock market. What you can do is drive safely. Leave enough distance in between you and the person you're driving in front of. You know, what you can do is look, you know, yeah, watch out in public places, wipe down stuff. But that's it, guys. Look, and I know this video will not probably be relevant in many ways a day from now or a year from now. But some general principles within it, I think, may help you. And so now we'll go to all live comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Savat. Thank you, Gerald. Don't take your appreciation for granted. I'm going to take a hydration break. Love and respect, and thank you. Top of comments. Lila, aka Zach, stock market went up 1,000 points. Well, it went down about 2,000 points, but it may go up tomorrow more. No one knows. It's a game. Tony, hello all. Hello to you, Tony. Luke, hey man, positive vibes always. Well, right back to you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, Sammy, we're in a free fall, skydiving. Yeah, we could, and we could go on an elevator, escalator up. But if we go up, again, we can't forget that society, most of society is not in stocks, okay? However, you're going to feel the pain of stocks. Your business will slow up. Not as many people will order DoorDash. If the stocks go down for a period of time, not more, you know. So we feel the pain, but a lot of society don't get rewarded. And they want you to be an individual investor, but when it tanks, they want the government to be interjected. So, it's like hard to trust anyone. I don't trust anyone. However, it's like, what's the alternative? It's like you're in society. You can't like totally isolate yourself from society. And I try to live a very much a disconnected life, but I am connected. Look, if the economy crashed, my job would be affected. DoorDash would be affected. Now, would YouTube be affected? It depends. If Google stock went down a certain amount, maybe they would say, look, we're not going to monetize any channel that has under 1 million subscribers. They've already done that once. When I first started, you didn't need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. And your content could be about whatever. Now it's not. You need to have a certain amount of content. It can get demonetized easily. And, there's a lot of criteria to even get monetized. So, guys, the game can change in a blink of an eye. Your streams of revenue can freeze up. If corporations are given a choice, we either going to report a loss if we keep our current metrics, or if we cut some expenses such as like demonetizing certain channels or laying off people. If that allows us to pay out bonuses and keep our stock up, what are we going to choose? They're going to choose to lay off people and to cut expenses. So that's where you need regulation, okay? Because that's where the regular person feels the pain of a recession, but doesn't feel the progress of an inflated bubble. So it's something to think about. Savat, Corona is the flu on steroids. Yep. Stock market always was in a bubble. Well, I agree. Look, fair market value for the stock market is based on PE, price to earnings ratio. And they should be around, depending on the company, anywhere between 5 to 12 percent higher than it's worth. And right now, the stock market PE ratios, they're way higher. The fair market value, if we were talking about like a fair market value for the stock market, is probably somewhere between 15,000 to 20,000 max. However, look, it may go past 30 in 2 weeks. Why? Because human emotion. That's what drives the market more than mathematical formulas. However, you get emotional, then the mathematical algorithms take place. They wipe you out because the mathematical algorithms, they can see how much you have in your account, how much your margin is. They can squeeze you out in a minute without you even being able to do anything. So it's a big game to a certain extent. Lila Ikizak, I wear sunglasses backwards. Well, I like that idea. That's a good job. Luke, all we can do is control ourselves. Good job. And live day by day. Also great job. We can't control the financial markets. Excellent comment. That's why I see the value of minimalistic living. I agree. Now, again, everyone shouldn't live in their car, and this is not the life to live for most people and most of society. And some people have children. Some people have families. So for them, there's only so much they can downsize. And so, we really have to remember all these things and think about that. Thank you again, everyone. Let me continue to read. Luke, maximizing income and living cheap so you can have more money for emergencies. Yeah, look, it's true. Flexibility is an asset. As you get older, though, comfort is your friend more than flexibility. So that's why we instituted Social Security and Medicare. Because you can't tell someone who's in their 60s or 70s, okay, look, if you get laid off, go get another job, be flexible. Guys, your body deteriorates, your mind is wore out, okay? And that's what we realized when capitalism collapsed in 1929. We realized we have to take care of the vulnerable people, okay? And we forget that until we have a crash or a serious sickness, okay? And so, just remember that. Savat, bunch of money to be made on the stock market crash. Now, correction. It's possible. There's also a lot of money to be lost. So you can either make a lot or lose a lot. And most people will lose. And I've lost more than I've made, if I'm honest and fair. I think so has Trump. Why doesn't he show you your tax returns? All the businesses he went bankrupt. Guys, most successful people will not show you their tax returns for 7 years consecutively. If they did, you'd be surprised. And the ones that do great, they dodge their taxes. They don't, they don't give back to the community. They'll form a charity, but their charity is a trust to shelter taxes and give jobs to family members. And that's why you need the government, which prints money, which went $22 trillion in debt to bail out corporations and defense contractors and farmers and oil companies. They should print money to give us free health care and a universal basic income, because they already printed it to prop up the rest of the world. Luke, markets can't go up forever. There has to be a correction always. Yeah, I agree. But look, that's like we were told that real estate always goes up. We're told that, look, you just keep investing in the stock market, always go up. I don't know. It may always go up. It may not. Look, guys, it's not hard to bring down the world economy, because all you have to do is have 1,000-point loss day. I said this for like another 24 more days, and you got no stock market. So if the stock market did, but it's just like last week, it went up one day, it went down. So look, do I think the stock market will totally collapse? I don't think so, but you never know. But the reality is, look, it's up to you if you want to try to time the stock market. But just understand that there's nothing new under the sun. This has been going on since the beginning of capitalism, since the beginning of America, when we started the stock market. And look at America. America was founded on a virus. America was founded on the Puritans came over here, religious fanatics, okay? And they brought a disease. Part of what killed the Native Americans was a disease that the Europeans brought over here. Do your research. They brought a bigger coronavirus, okay? And that was part of, like, supposedly what Thanksgiving was about, right? Like, some people were dying from a plague. Some of the pilgrims were also suffering because they weren't able to harvest off the land and survive. So the two people came together, the Native Americans and the pilgrims, to try to survive. They realized they were connected and they couldn't just kill each other. And they feasted. And then eventually, when they feasted and they saved each other, they snaked each other again and they killed each other off for more. Savat, $2 super chat. The coronavirus is God sent to the Federal Reserve. Easy. Now they can blame it on the virus, not their policies. Well, I hear that, man. I hear you. I love you, man. But just remember that. Like, look, I think about that because there's a lot of Native American roots in Florida. Florida has a lot of history of original settlers. St. Augustine is the oldest city in the country, okay? And whether it's the Europeans or the Spanish, a lot of them first settled in Florida. And there's a lot of statues and there's a lot of Native Americans and Mexicans in Florida, okay? And what I could tell you is they were killed off by a plague, a virus that the pilgrims brought over here, okay? And so America's experiencing the same thing it was founded on, okay? It was founded on death by a virus, okay? And then leverage off power and control and be willing to kill for it, okay? So as much as we love, and I love America, but that's the reality. We can't say something that's not the reality. That's the reality. So what's the answer? Well, the answer is always about how do we go forward and improve. The problem may be is we kind of really don't want to improve. We just want to lower the interest rate. That's the problem, yeah. And to pump it up back up, you know what I mean? Because, but again, I don't want anarchy either. I'm just saying while we lower the interest rate, let's also remember humanity. And let's also remember all the people that it doesn't matter to them if the interest rate is up or down, if the stock market's up or down. And so, just remember that as well. Good job. Savat, thank you again, brother. He's waiting to buy gold stocks. Well, you and Peter, what's that guy? Peter Shift? I know he's probably going to do a vlog tonight on his YouTube channel. He gets all excited when the stock market goes down. Luke, I really am seeing the value of a hybrid auto as well. Oh, that's also why gas is going down, because Russia and Saudi Arabia are trying to hold on to their last resource that they have leveraged, which is which is oil. Okay, so if the country keeps going to hybrids and electrical vehicles and oil demand goes down, guys, what are Russia and Saudi Arabia going to do? That's their moneymaker. So if you tell a stripper that she can't make money stripping anymore, what's she going to do? She's going to get pissed, okay? And the stripper pricing going up, okay? Now, good thing that stripping is the oldest profession in the world. So I think oil will go away before stripping. Never forget it, okay? Because even in the Bible, they were fucking prostitutes, okay? King David had some guy slaughtered so he could fuck his wife. And some of the religious people get upset because I curse. They don't know the scriptures. They don't know the history. So what I can tell you is, if you're going to buy gold stocks, buy some stripper club stocks. I'm not mad at that. All right, and let's continue. And he goes, you can save more money on your income, or you can have emergencies. The number one rule to financial peace is get a year's worth of expenses in a savings account. However, if they keep lowering the interest rate and keep pumping the stock market up, inflation eats up that savings. However, if you put that savings in the stock market and crash, now you got no savings. You don't got to worry about inflation because you ain't got no money. You got to have a money in a savings account. But look, what happened in 1929 during the Great Depression? The stock market crashed for about 4 years in a row, 4 or 5 years in a row. People went to pull their money out of the banks, and the banks said, look, we don't got no money to give you. Because the banks lend out more money than they have on the books. It's law. The banks actually lend out, they're allowed to, more money than they have. Okay? They're allowed to do the Ponzi scheme. You're not. So that's what would cause another Great Depression, is if everyone went to the bank to withdraw their money. There would be a collapse because it's not there. Okay? But that's how the system is created, for it not to be there so that it can get lent out and more people build society. And it's pretty wild dynamic. Luke, money bag emoji, celebration emoji, heart emoji. This is all wishes I have for all of us. Well, me too. That we reduce our expenses. I agree with this, and maximize our savings. Yep, and maximize your life. Don't wait till the stock market crashes or the stock market booms to live in the area you want to live. Like a friend of mine called me tonight and we had a great conversation. And I said, look, brother, there's so much of life we can't control. But don't wait for the perfect conditions for you to live where you want to live, to do the things you want to do, because there's never going to be that time. You're never going to time the market perfectly, sell your house perfectly, buy your house perfectly. So what should you do? You should start today to eat healthy. You should start today to live in an area that inspires you. Do the things you want to do, the creative ventures. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Because what I can tell you, guys, you'll waste the rest of your life masturbating to fear. Fear should not drive your life. Be cautious. Like, guys, I live in fear. Why? Because I live in the public, okay? A lot of you guys live in your house, man. You ain't dealing with the coronavirus. Guys, I'm in Starbucks. I'm in Planet Fitness. Coronavirus everywhere, man. You know what I mean? So what I can tell you is this. Don't put your life on hold based on the stock market or based on the news media. There are real things out there, the stock market, news media. But start today in going after what you want in life. Because what you don't have is time. Okay? Because you can print more money, but you can't make more time. You're never going to be younger than you are right now. So what are you waiting for to downsize or to upsize or whatever you want to do with your life? What are you waiting on? Time? You don't have any more. The government can't print time. The government can print money. So never forget that. Good job. Savat, 1 ounce of gold will pay you 100 on the spot. Mining stock, I think, will do great, but I'll wait for a bit. I'm not mad at you, brother. You do whatever you feel best as long as you have your savings account, you're living below your means, and you only risk what you're willing to lose, even though I know none of us want to lose. But I wish you the best, and I thank you for your kind gestures. Luke, yes. You're hitting the head with the wealth gap is changing and widening so much. It is. And we need to address that as a nation. Eventually we will, because Monopoly was created. Shout out to my guy Journey with Jordan who shared this. Monopoly, the board game, was created to show us the pitfalls of capitalism. Capitalism is great. America's great, but it has pitfalls. The pitfalls are, eventually what happens in the game of Monopoly, and you know this if you've played, the only one person or very few people have all the properties. They buy up all the real estate. They push the rents up. The wages, you can't go past go to collect your $200 UBI Social Security every month quick enough. And so you're priced out of the market. There's no more money to get from the masses because, again, 80% of society, the stock market and everything else doesn't affect them. They're living paycheck by paycheck. So when you raise the rents and you buy all the property and inflation goes up the wazoo, who are you going to get money from? You're not. So what do you have to do? You have to end the board game and you have to start over. That's the pitfalls of capitalism. You can only squeeze the lemon so much. Okay? That's the reality of life. Okay. So, just remember that. Let's take a hydration break. Shout out to our guys, Luke, Savat, Gerald, Milano. Guys, I appreciate if you click that thumbs up. If the stock market crashes, at least let my thumbs up go up. Luke, the middle class will be the new poor class, and Uber rich get richer. Automation, everything. Yeah. Guys, Uber and Lyft and DoorDash is about to go public. I love those things. They give you opportunity to make money on the road. But they basically, their stock is issued. They don't make money as a company. They lose billions. And all the people that invented it, they make billions when they go public. The Uber driver, the DoorDash driver, they're still making $10, $15 an hour. And I'm grateful for that when I need to do it or when I had to do it or when I wanted to do it. However, that's not right. I mean, there should be some level of equality. If the companies go public, they're worth billions, even though they lose billions. And everyone in the upper management is making millions and billions, and the driver's still making less than minimum wage after you calculate mileage, depreciation, wear and tear in their car, no health care. Like, how can Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, and I'm thankful for them. I'm glad that they exist. But I'm not even mad if they don't give health care, but that should come from the government who prints money because they should know the capitalist game. Like Walmart. Walmart was up today. Guys, Walmart pays its workers nothing. These aren't lazy people. They're people willing to go to work, okay? So if you get paid nothing and if you have no health care, is that fair? If Walmart keeps going up in the stock price, that's not right. So if the stock price goes down in Walmart, they'll get laid off. They'll feel the negative. So remember that. Savat, inflation coming big time. In my opinion, inflation is already here. House prices went up. Starbucks went up. The only thing that went down recently is gas. Other than that, everything else went up. Thousand Trails membership went up. Everything goes up. My car insurance went up. I don't know anything over the course of the past several years that hasn't kept going up. Lala. Stock market, 1 million of your money, get half. SSI ability, earn taxes, increase health insurance pay. Hey guys, I like where you're going with that. Gerald, $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Don't go to Starbucks, Sammy. I got to. So this is how the coronavirus, I'm going to do a separate video on this. The coronavirus affects the nomad more than anyone else. Because as a full-time nomad, I depend on public resources that I pay for. When I go to Starbucks or Planet Fitness, I have memberships there. I pay for it. But when I go into a public shared environment, as Starbucks, Planet Fitness, that I need, they're essential for me to survive. Guys, I'm not quarantined. I'm exposed to the public. So if the coronavirus did spread, and they say everyone like Ted Cruz got self-quarantine, where can I quarantine? I can't go anywhere. I'm surrounded by the coronavirus. Guys, I'm vulnerable right now. So what I can tell you is pray for me, man. Joe, oh my God, I went sick, Ray. Hang in there, Joe. Put the corona mask on you and your doggy. Tony, All Night Planet Fitness are putting up signs. Yeah, I seen it. Telling people they have to flush the toilet now, guys. Guys, I'm living in basically a cesspool. Gerald, hey, Tony. Tony, hello, Gerald. Savat, rate cuts and bailouts are socialism for the rich. Damn it, Savat. You totally get it, man. You understand the system. Tony, which state are you in again, Gerald? Mr. Jake, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man? Luke, definitely. Mindset is everything. And we definitely need to have more compassion for our fellow man. Because like you said, we never care until we're in the same situation and hurting mentally, financially, and emotionally. Damn it, Luke, you're a leader. Sonia, hey. We got 5 orders canceled at work. Guys, I know a job canceled a conference because of it. As other councils canceled large events. Yep. We rent IT products to clients. It's hurting our numbers. Hey guys, when it hurts your numbers, you're going to feel the burn. And I'm not talking about Bernie, but even though after you feel the burn, you're going to probably want to vote for Bernie. But what I can tell you is this, guys, no one cares until it starts to affect your money bag. Because you can go from selling IT products to stripping in a nightclub. Why? Because, guys, if the stock market crashed, the strip club's still popping. Hang in there, Sonia. Gerald, coronavirus at Starbucks. Isn't fair either. Send me, pray for me. Someone give me the mask emoji. Gerald, I'm in Texas, Tony. Shout out to Texas. A lot of people are going to get laid off in Texas, man. Because Texas, the number one business or industry in Texas is the oil industry. And so just remember that. Like, I'm glad that oil price going down because I can fill up my Jeep Renegade cheaper price. But I have compassion for all the people that are going to get laid off. The Hess stock went down like 44% today at one point, Tony. Remember the Hess trucks? I used to collect those, Tony. Do you watch Rusty? Yes, I do watch them on YouTube. I do. Marin. 3 palm trees, 3 hearts. Oh, the changes are gaining momentum. Hydration breaks. Palm tree sun, stay high, positive. Well, damn it, Marin. Love to. Shout out to Sentinel Island. Inflation high as hell on Sentinel Island. They got a toll tax like $5 just to get over the island. Lila Ikezak. My grandpa doesn't respect family. He don't care. Take shower, small, east on him. Self, so back, talk to us, doesn't listen. And will nursing home, but my grandpa tell me shut up, still pain in the ass. Zach, all I can tell you is when there's arguing that takes place, get away from conflict. Go to your room, go to a private area, and just don't deal with it. Because sometimes that's the best thing. Like, deal with your negative family members the same way you deal with the coronavirus. Self-quarantine, meaning isolate yourself. Okay? So, guys, I want everyone listening in the live chat that isn't masturbating, I want everyone to listen to this. Okay? When you're dealing with a negative person, whether you're a family member in life, okay, especially if you live with them, how do you handle it? You handle it the same way you deal with the outbreak of the coronavirus. You self-quarantine, okay? So get away from the negative environment. Good job. Tony, Sam, what do you think about Trump systematically ripping off contractors? He knows how to play the game. Hey, guys, he's been here before. I think Trump has done some good things, okay? So I'm fair. And I have to be fair or else it's not, I can't speak honestly. So I think he psychologically got the country thinking about greatness again. I think he eliminated some regulation that was good, some taxes that were good. But I think he forgot about the regular person that he was supposedly fighting for. And really the biggest people who have made out in the past several years are the very wealthy. Okay? But I want the wealthy to be wealthy. I don't want socialism where people can't strive for greatness. But you have to remember, because he went like to, he went to like places that were destitute and he said, I'm not going to forget about you. You're my guy. Farmers got subsidies, guys. They got government bailouts. What about everyone else? So it's okay for the farmers to get government bailouts, but the regular person can't get a bailout? That's not right. So just remember that. But I think Joe Biden's a disaster. Now, if I'm fair, like I watched Joe Biden on somebody, I think he's got legit dementia. So I can't be honestly sit here and tell you I think Joe Biden's a better leader than Trump. I can't. Now Bernie, we'll see. I'll give him a shot. But I can't. Joe Biden. You can't even listen to the guy talk, man. He's in another world, man. So I gotta be fair, man. Like if it's between Biden and Trump, it's probably gonna have to be Trump. But we'll see how it plays out. But remember, don't depend on them. Right now, you have the opportunity to reposition your life. Live where you want to live below your means, and position your life. Don't wait for Donald Trump to change your life. Don't wait for Bernie Sanders. Don't wait for Ben Carson. Ben Carson busy plotting on killing his mother with a sledgehammer. Okay? So, what I can tell you is this, guys. It's always going to be your job to build your life. However, the government does have to help those who can't help themselves. And why it's subsidizing corporations and farmers, it should be subsidizing the regular people too. Good job. Lila, Marin, Lila, some old people get grumpy because they don't feel well. I totally agree. Being a caretaker is the hardest job you'll ever face. So what I tell you is, think twice before you volunteer to become a sole caretaker. Get the help. Get the help from nurses. And I think we need universal health care. We're the only industrialized nation that don't have it. You can go to a doctor's office, wait 2 hours, get charged $3,000 for an emergency visit. The doctor only comes to see you for 15 minutes. He's getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. You get one medical bill that will cause you to go bankrupt. Not good. So let the government, who prints money, $22 trillion in debt, let them print money to pay for health care, okay, while we bail out corporations. However, what I can tell you is this, back to being a caretaker. Guys, being a caretaker will break you. You'll wish that person will die, not because you want them to die, but because you can only handle so much. You got to work a full-time job and be a caretaker? You can't do that. There's no way. And you can't quit your job to be a full-time caretaker, because how are you going to feed yourself? So, as the baby boomers die out, good to see you, my man, backwoods. As the baby boomers die out, that's the generation, that's Trump's generation, okay? They're all the generation that got the pensions, annuities, and all that, and we're stuck with the 401ks. We're basically stuck to bail out the greatest generation. That's right. However, I love the baby boomers, a lot of positive ones. But the baby boomers are getting ready to die out. Okay, that's the fact. Okay, because average life expectancy is 80. So Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden's already dead. I just said Joe Biden's already dead, man. So he's a walking dead guy, right? Not that I wish him, but let's be honest, Joe Biden's dead, man. So Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Trump, guys, they're going to be dead probably in 10 years, okay? So who's going to take over? The next generation, okay? However, when Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden already needs a caretaker, and Trump, when they need a caretaker, who's going to do it? Well, Trump doesn't care because he was born into wealth. He never had to really pay for healthcare or understand healthcare cost, okay? And who's going to take care of them when they get old? Melania ain't going to take care of them. You think Melania Trump going to take care of Donald Trump? Hell no. Now you think who's going to take care of Joe Biden? I don't know. Joe Biden's wife died in a car accident, but he got remarried. But the bottom line is, look, as the baby boomers get older, who's going to take care of them? All the nurses, okay? And I tell you, never date a nurse. Because why should you never date a nurse? Because a nurse has to take care of Joe Biden taking a dookie in his pants. And Joe Biden talking about when he used to beat up a schoolboy bully. Okay? So how can she deal with that madness, give you a blowjob, and still maintain her sanity? She can't. That's why she's going to buy an Audi or a Volkswagen and destroy your life. And you're going to become men going their own way. What are we talking about? We're talking about a lot of stuff tonight, guys. So what I can tell you is this, okay? Being a caretaker is one of the hardest jobs in the world, okay? And I don't wish that on anyone. And so pray for our caretakers. And I pray for the elderly, because it's scary as hell to get old. You know damn well you don't want someone else taking care of you. That's why you fight for your independence. Because you remember when you were a parent and you told your child, it's my way or the highway. Now, you're the child. You're wearing diapers. You got to go live with your kids. Good luck with that. You know how that's going to end. Total disaster. Okay? Because now, like Lila, a.k.a. Zach, his grandpa's giving him shit. But guess what happens when his grandpa turns into Joe Biden and can't feed himself? He got to come back to Zach. And you know what Zach gonna say? How you like me now? So guys, look, everything turns around in life, man. So what I can tell you is this. Good luck with that. Oh God, let's pray for Jay Bird. Now Jay Bird's a caretaker. Thank God he's making money. Because guys, that's a tough job, and I take it serious. I pray for all our caretakers. Pray that they have compassion and patience. It's not easy. They got to deal with the coronavirus. They got to deal with Joe Biden. They got to deal with a lot of stuff, man. Being a caretaker ain't easy. That's truth. Where are we at? We're getting all worked up tonight. Man, where I am in Florida was a great day for walking. It was magical. Guys, look, live where you want to live. Don't wait for the stock market or a virus. Just go out there and figure out your life. Breathing fresh air. It was magical. The negative ions were all in my body. Wonderful day to be outside. It was gorgeous. Open everything up. I totally agree. Focus on wanting no one thing. Hey, Marin, me and you on the same page on that? Good job. Milano, Sammy, hope the gas come down. Yeah, see, the negative is Milano. See, Milano's in the delivery industry. If the gas goes down to 1.25%, $1.25, that's good for your gas, but that's bad for your business. Why? Because that means we're in a recession. If gas is cheap, that means the economy's not going. So who's gonna order stuff? Like if we go in a recession and gas is $1, not necessarily though, because I remember in 1998 when I got my license, gas was 99 cents for regular in New Jersey, and the economy was booming under Clinton. So it could go either way. However, what I tell you is this: if gas goes down, chances are your orders are going to go down. However, it's all relative, right? So it's not. We're all connected. So, DoorDash deliveries will get less if people have less discretional income. So it's a very thin line that we tread in society on if something gets affected here, then something gets affected here and vice versa. You can't just take and not affect something else. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about dollar gas prices. I'm not mad at that. Milano, I love you. Sabat, damn it, brother. I hope your gold stocks go up, man, because you've been a blessing to me. The coronavirus is God sent. The Federal Reserve now, they can blame it on the virus, not their policies. Sabat, shout out to you and Peter Smith. Sonia, my friend went to buy Lysol. Oh, hold on, guys. We're live. Hold on, Sonia. Everybody stay with me. We're gonna get rid of the coronavirus right now. Oh, that's not it. I got it. All right, Lysol. I want everyone to buy Lysol using my Amazon link in the video description. Why? Because I get a small commission off that. Help me ride out the recession. All right. And when you're in Planet Fitness, damn it, spray down your machine. Because I'm a nomad. I'm living down the road full time. I got to deal with your stink ass, man. And I don't need the coronavirus. I can't afford to get sick, man. I got to keep stripping, okay? Strippers don't get paid time off, man. I'm a 1099 stripper, okay? So, guys, come on. Don't forget about the small guy. All right, let's continue. And then she goes, her friend went to buy Lysol cleaning spray, and at the grocery store they emptied out the Lysol? Oh, shit. It's bad when the D-list products are high demand. Hey, guys, the psychopaths buying out the Dollar Tree, man. You better get your Dollar Tree stuff popping, man. Dollar Tree stock went up today. That's why. If you look at the stocks that went up, they were all like, what are you going to do when you're broke? You're going to the Dollar Tree. So Dollar Tree, Walmart, those stocks went up. Because you know what happens when money gets tight. You going to the cheap spot, all right? And the stripper's going to suffer because now I ain't going to get tips, okay? I got to suffer because the Federal Reserve don't know how to run the country, okay? So now, if everything gets tight, you don't want to make it rain in a strip club. But when stocks are up all the time, everybody, strip club popping, everyone's throwing money in the air. Guys, damn it, the 1099 stripper always the one to suffer the most. Milano, Sammy, why stock market stop for 15 minutes? Because it's a built-in mechanism. If the stock market goes down, indexes more than 7%, the stock market will pause for a 15-minute period. If it goes down 13%, it will pause again. If it goes down to 20%, it will close for the day. There's 3 circuit breakers in the United States stock market. If it goes down 7%, it pauses for 15 minutes and then starts. If it goes down to 13%, it pauses for another 15 minutes and restarts. If it goes down to 20%, it stops for the day and restarts tomorrow. So, but there's only so many days you can handle that before you got no economy. So then gas gonna be like 1 cent a gallon. Gas 1 cent a gallon. There's no Lysol on it, but you got no orders. So Milano, you sitting in your Class B plus waiting for orders, and now you ain't got no orders because no one's got money. And now all you got, Milano, is Lysol, man. That's it. You got Lysol. You waiting for your phone to go off. However, look, the stock market may go up 50,000 points tomorrow, and everyone make it rain in a strip club. So let's just have fun tonight. Sonia can get hand sanitizer at truck stops. Okay. Savat says, yeah, Peter Schiff. Thank you, brother. Laughing. Savat, prostitution and I don't know how to say that, espionage are the oldest traits. Damn it, Savat, you're a smart guy, man. Guys, look, if you lose your job tomorrow, would you prostitute yourself? Maybe. You might, okay, if you had to. I don't know. We'll see. Sammy, the Colombian girl got scared about your saying, hey, she better recognize, because believe me, well, look, the strippers are going to be affected. Okay, if there's a recession, you can't afford, Now, it's a double-edged sword because when there's a recession, alcohol stocks go up. People got to medicate. So if you say, Sam, if there's a recession, which stock should I buy? You should actually buy the Corona stock. If there's a coronavirus, buy alcohol stocks. Why? Because people self-medicate. I'm not recommending you do that, but I'm just sharing. However, they also may go bang a prostitute or a stripper. Why? Because they got to relieve the pain of their mind. Okay. So all my strippers out there, I'm a stripper. Okay. I'm a 1099 stripper on YouTube. So if you're an independent contractor, you trying to strip, live your best life, there ain't no shame in that. It's the oldest profession in the world. However, just remember, you got to be extra cautious that when you're stripping, you got Lysol down the pole. Okay. Because coronavirus everywhere. Lysol down, guys. All right. Good job. All right. Let's continue. So fractional reserves, you were popping tonight. Juicy Jeff, man, what's up, man? So fractional reserves, you deposit $100, the banks can create 900 out of thin air. Damn it, Savat, you know about life, man. Shout out to you, Savat. Savat knows what's going on. Savat, and then charge you interest. Savat, man, you smart guy. Charles, what's up, man? What you think about FEMA centers are for? They will help quarantine you. Guys, pray we don't get quarantined. I'll be in a FEMA camp. Guys, I don't want to live that life. I'm heading for the border, guys. I'll be in Mexico before I'll be in a FEMA camp. Never forget it. All right, good job. Charles, quarantine. Don't say that, Charles. I love you, man. Eric, what's up, man? Florida love, same to you. Just got my friend Jeremy to join the chat. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Sam? Shout out to you guys. Thank you. Joe Biden has dementia. I hate to say that. It's true, though. Agree 100%. Guys, look, I voted for Hillary, but I call it how I see it. Joe Biden's sleepy as hell, man. Tony, Joe Biden might get banned from schoolyards and playgrounds. That guy, you ever hear that story? He talk about beating up that bully? What a disaster. Woo, my love. Hey, attaboy, Sam. Trump 2020. Hey, guys. It's all a disaster. Who cares? I love you. Good evening, Sam. Good evening to you. Shout out to your doggy. Backwoods, that's my guy, Northwest in the house. Hey, Sam, hey, hit that thumbs up. Damn it, Backwoods, keep doing your thing. I don't think the coronavirus made its way up to Alaska yet. So what I can tell you, even the coronavirus don't want to go to Alaska, man. But you do, and that's why you're going to make money. Because always go where someone else is unwilling to go. Why? Because that's where the money bag is at. However, if I had a choice between stripping in a Miami strip club or going to Alaska to fish, I'm probably going to strip. Okay, why? Because I like Miami. That's true. I love you, though, brother. Eric. What's up, Sam? Just got my friend Jeremy. Shout out to you. We're both political dudes. Well, guys, I don't care if you're pro-Trump, pro-Bernie, I speak the universal language of Lysol and strippers, okay? So no one can deny, okay, that I am a fair-minded person, okay? And that I bash Trump, Biden, and everything in between. However, I do believe in universal health care and UBI. Why? Because, guys, we're already $22 trillion in debt. Let me get some of that, too. I'm not mad at that. Let's continue. Tony, keep your kids away, please. Creepy Joe's in the house. That's true. Red Line Max, fire and punchy. Good job. Red Line Max. Hope all is well, Sam. Good to see you, brother. J-Bert, dang, I'm a caretaker, brother. I pray for you. Hand clap emoji. I mean that sincerely. I ain't joking around. I respect our caretakers. I do. I do, brother. I love you, man. Savat, J-Bird, hats off. I agree, man. Shout out to you. J-Bird, thanks, Savat. I agree. Red Line Max. Men go in their own way at certain points that men can take away. I agree. I do. But label yourself as men creates men. Good comment here, Red Line Max. I agree with his statement. He goes, the movement men going their own way has certain good points, which I agree with. But to label yourself as that group creates a mental wall, great word there, in your brain and limits your opportunities in certain areas. And the person's like, damn it. Good line, Red Line Max. You've nailed what I thought about that. Good job, man. Joseph, what's up, man? The stock market crashing is good if you're young because it will allow us to buy our stock shares at premium. It all depends, guys. It depends when you retire, okay? So, like, it all depends. Like, if you bought stocks, no one knows what the stock market's going to be because no one knows how much we're going to allow capitalism to go into debt, okay? Because in 1929, we didn't back up the money in banks and in savings account, and there was a run on the banks, and we went into a Great Depression for 5 years. So that was at the beginning of the stock market days. So the government had to intervene through infrastructure spending, Medicare, healthcare. And then in 2006, same thing. So if it gets desperate enough, the whole system can collapse. However, just like Trump said today, he'll do payroll tax, he'll do whatever. So will the government ever let the system collapse? Never. However, at a certain point, there could be a tipping point where people say, look, what the hell's going on over here? But what I tell everyone, what I honestly do, work to create an income, however you're going to do it, put enough expenses in a savings account for at least 1 year, pay off your debt, and then do whatever you want, whether it's stocks, real estate, or whatever. Because I would be disingenuous and a hypocrite to give you investment advice that I'm not confident of or I don't have a track record of. So again, like, Trump didn't let you see his tax returns. Bernie Sanders got 3 houses. So here's people telling you about stuff. They went bankrupt or they're millionaires, and they're not telling you all the history of their life. You know what I mean? And so most people are never going to inherit a bunch of money. They are never going to be able to retire early. They're going to be the masses. I'm one of the masses. I'm not retired early. I didn't inherit the money. So guys, I'm living in a car, broadcasting live on YouTube, stripping. So what I can tell you is this. Live below your means, invest however you want, and hopefully there's never a total collapse, but hopefully just as when other crashes have happened, that fear allowed a level of reform so that everyone gets lifted together. Now, I still want the psychopaths in a separate section of heaven. Ben Carson is in charge of housing in heaven, and he's going to take all the psychopaths in the subsidized housing. However, in real life, for people who are hurting or destitute, I want someone who knows about housing to be in charge of subsidized housing. I don't want Ben Carson, okay? And I'll let Ben Carson take care of that in the next life, not in this life, okay? So that's where we need real reform, okay? Where we actually have people that understand what it's like to be in a homeless shelter and not kill their mom with a sledgehammer. Because right now, the person who will take you out of a homeless shelter and put you in a subsidized housing is Ben Carson. And basically, he was a surgeon and almost killed his mother. So we have to think about that. That's all. Good job. I got off track. Lila, aka Zach. Sander, Juicy Jeff laughing, thumbs up. Shout out to California. Jaybird, laughing his ass off. Good. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Coopstar. CVS is stocked. Okay, yeah, me personally, I have not seen any supermarket or grocery store here in South Florida out of stock of anything. At least that's what I've seen. I think the only thing I've seen was I went to buy like some Lysol wipes for my car. I think they were out of them. But I didn't see anything like that was shocking to my mind. So that's just my experience. Savat's laughing good. Tony. Cameron better take some time off from visiting those ladies or evening. Oh yeah, what's up to my man Cameron, man? Where's Cameron at, man? He's in Kansas banging all the prostitutes. The virus going around. Well, hey, guys, if you're going to die with a smile on your face. Shout out to Cameron, man. Shout out to Kansas. Rick Floss, what's up, man? Time to get Latina MILF while you still can. Hey, man, yeah, get that clearance sale. The world is coming to an end. Hey, man. Hey, get that clearance, man. What? I'm not mad at that. Good job, Rick Floss. Joanna Love, good to see you. With whom I love laughing. You always speak logic and common sense. Well, thank you. Love it, Sammy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tony. It's all dudes on the chat tonight. Where are all the MILFs, guys? Everyone on YouTube is butt ugly. Just accept it. Even the people who pretend to be girls, either they're really a guy or they're ugly girl. And the guys are same thing. And so what I can tell you guys is, look, I think you're all beautiful. Why? Because I want to be single no matter what. I don't care if you were Beyonce or J-Lo. If you said, Sam, I'm actually J-Lo. I want to super chat you and I want to marry you. I say, well, you could keep the ring. You could just give me the super chat. Because I want to be single for life, okay? Like Locks and Puffy had a song one time called If You Had 24 Hours to Live. DMX was on it. So if I had 24 hours to live, what would I do? I would masturbate in a sock. I did that today. Then I would probably eat some fried chicken because, I haven't eaten fried chicken since I've been obese. But shit, if I'm going to die, I'm getting a bucket of fried chicken. I'm going to walk on the beach. I'll broadcast live because I might as well get a couple more super chats before I go. And it's over. I would go see my mom. I'm not going to lie about that. Good job. Let's continue. Jeremy. What's up? What's up, Jeremy? Juicy Jeff. There's MILFs in here. They just lurking. Yeah, they ain't the good type of MILFs. So there's some good ones. We will recover after the crash. It's now WW2. Guys, stock market may go up tomorrow 10,000 points. My point is, fears and human emotion are part of life. It's not fake news. However, the news does exaggerate some things. And the coronavirus statistically is not more dangerous than driving a car. What's the reality? Somewhere in between. And at any time, anything can happen. Rick Floss, we need immigration reform. Don't build a wall, break down the wall, and let more Latino MILFs in. Hey guys, how can you argue with that logic and common sense? Rick Ross, 2020, you can do it, man. Loud. Stock market rise, high price house. Yeah, that's true. That's inflation. Now, if the stock market goes up, housing prices go up. And that's inflation, and that squeezes people out of the housing market. And that's like the game of Monopoly. Eventually, only the higher echelon of society owns the assets. So even if the asset prices go up, if there's no one to pay the rent, you got to reset the game and everyone's got to start over. Uh-oh, that's true. I'm sweating my ass off, and we got a technical difficulty. We had a YouTube crash. We got a YouTube crash, guys. Oh, God. Can we get back to normal? We're in a recession. Oh, my God. We're in a recession, guys. Let me get back to normal. Oh, my God. We're done. Uh-oh. We tripped a circuit breaker. Let me try to wipe this thing, man. We tripped a circuit breaker. Oh, God. Oh, we got 15 minutes. Oh, God, we're back. All right, let me go to let me go use my laptop, man. We have fucking stock market crash live. You guys saw that live, man. The futures went down big time, man. Where are we at? I totally lost where I'm at. I'll see if I can find the right spot. Forgive me if I skip someone. Rick Floss, yeah, we need more MILFs. I agree with that. Lala, yeah, stock market going up. Jonah Love, hey, Sammy, what's up? Love your videos. Well, thank you. Your personality cracked me up. It's good to laugh, even if the stock market crashed. Much love and respect. Same to you. Tony, it's true. Biden's nickname is the sniffer. Yeah, Biden needs a caretaker immediately. That's true. Joseph, what do you think about the book from the 80s that predicted the coronavirus? I don't know enough about it. To be honest, I don't know. So, yeah, I couldn't give you a good comment on that, but thank you for your comment. Woohoo, my love's laughing good. All right, guys, let's end on a high note before I trip another circuit breaker with my sweat. I love and appreciate everyone, guys. Thank you, Savat. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you for everyone who left a comment and clicked that thumbs up button. I don't know the future, and neither do you. What I tell you to do is live below your means, pull for society to push forward, not collapse. And by tomorrow, by 10 years from now, everything will be different no matter what. So don't stop living your life. Don't get caught in fear. Always be urgent, okay? Always live urgently, whether the stock market's at an all-time high or all-time low. Always live urgently, but responsibly. Why? Because that is your best life based on what you can control, all right? God bless you and thank you.